I have never had a more jarring or confusing experience in a game in my life. The next 40 minutes is my investigation into Saccharine Pale. Saccharine Pale? Question mark? Find your answers on the beta branch. Weirdest store page ever. Looks like an esoteric ARG thing at first glance. Absolutely, immediately grabs my attention because that is literally my entire channel. And if we take a look here, yeah, that is exactly what it is. That was spot on. You have survived. Oh no, there are no endings, only new beginnings. You are forgiven. Roman numeral 24, I guess. I already watched the video. I don't know what that says. This is gonna be an experience. But if you come down here, there's two halves of a whole, ravenous for perfection, one whole of two halves, feasting upon dread. Beneath the skin we are already one. And then it's that upside down. Grasping at every fragment of splendor in reach. This is... literally none of this makes any sense whatsoever. Cognitive hazardous content. Post. There is a place beyond physicality, beyond the sky, beyond death. Nowhere near the orange flies, an endless field of hills and valleys, a place that exists beyond the dark of night, a place beyond dreams and nightmares, far away from tears and broken bones, a place where the sun does not beat down upon your fractured mind, a place where you are the light. The visuals, so far incredible. It's like a cursed MS-DOS game. And I feel like there's so little of that because people shoot for kind of like the 16-bit era, like console era. Oh man. This is gonna fuck with me, isn't it? Hold release. Okay, so it looks like I have to drag things. This is all normal. Breath of purity, shadow of light, embrace of void, the end of death. Alright. Oh, it's 3D. This way. Ah. So I have to choose which direction I slash. Okay. Eat lavender leaf. Okay, that's probably healing or something. And space is crouch. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, you hold space to dash or like to slide, and then hold and lift. No, you just click while moving fast. Okay, it makes sense. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Ugh. Get over here. Dude, you're getting comboed. Oh, I can block with right click. I don't think that thing has a health bar. Beware of invincible beast. Ah, it cannot feel pain, it cannot be slain. It knows only joy, it knows only play. So that's a note from the creator saying you can't kill this thing. I don't like that I go forward during that. Oh! I can jump over the map though. This is a broken system. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, press E to open door. Okay. Oh, you can just press E to open the doors. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that's like a loading screen. Not the biggest fan of that. Huh. What are you? Oh, that one can be killed. Okay, so the fox can't be killed. The fox is something E to climb. The fox is something very important, I guess. The controls to this game are jarring. I have no idea what I'm doing. Can I look around while we're climbing? Ooh, okay. So I need to... Shh, God, no! Okay, we're fine. E to open crate. For the love of God. What does that mean? Hello? It said the pail refuses something. No, it doesn't work, and I'm stuck. I don't know what's going on. This is the most confused I've ever been starting a video game. I feel like I'm outside the world generation, but I feel like that's kind of part of the experience, is like you somehow broke the map. Like when you break a map in Gmod or something, you're like running on top of it somehow. Or just like in the source game. Maybe that's kind of the experience it's going for. And I killed myself. I'm noticing my sun blade has like a meter on it where it's like getting more red or something, or less red. Don't know what that means. Die, what? So if there's a die button, it means the game knows that you're gonna get soft locked. Soft locking is part of the experience. Yeah, okay, and so now the sun is less red now. Does that mean I have less power? Less experience? Let's go down this way then. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's my health. Unforgivingly, the gentle void embraces you. And so the ruin of heaven remains blamed on the crudest of fundament. Press backspace to struggle. Copyright. All of you, please forgive me, for I have availed you nothing. And whatever the hell that is. Dude, this is like trying to figure out Dark Souls lore, dude. We've learned that my sword shows my health. We've learned that this is going to be parkour heavy. And that none of the words in this entire place make any sense. Hello? Okay, the pail is refusing to relinquish the truth. What does that mean? Press E to open the door. Yeah, so I have a pail. Do I need to find another pail? So if I have a pail, I can't get another one. Can I give it to you? To apologize and confess ignorance? Okay, alright, buddy. With no allies remaining to advise her, nicht a sharp. A shop? A schaff? Yeah, nicht a schaff. We'll go with that. Nicht a schaff gave herself to the searing splendor of the braided sunlight. Upon her radiant coronation, her first and final act of godhood was to disassemble her cooked divinity to her loyal commune. Minus 999 innocence, plus the angel ichor is now available for purchase at the apothecary. Corpse of a Nakasha. Uh-huh. What do you want me to do with that? That's me pressing Q. Memories of... Okay. I bring the cubes, the crates, back to the anvil. And by doing so, I receive more of the story, perhaps? So how in God's name do you expect me to get that? Okay, alright, we're doing this again. Oh, that's a game mechanic. you have to like use your sword to bounce yourself up. And the crate saying it's what is this? Content of night. What am I looking at here? Is that supposed to be a bookshelf? Huh. There's nothing to do with it though. Okay, so as I was saying, the Pales or whatever, they refuse to relinquish their truth. You have to bring it back to the anvil, and somehow the anvil relinquishes its truth. Bingo! Okay. The game mechanic is being solved. Exotic double fruit tasty. Okay, so I discovered an exotic double fruit. Mysterious. I don't even know what that says. Is now available for purchase. Okay, so there's new items to purchase. Where? I don't know. Double fruits was a supreme delicacy due to its cultivation difficulty, sweet taste, juiciness, tender texture, culinary versatility, and alchemical uses. This is really going to test my ability to speak and to read, because I don't know what half this means. I'll be completely honest with you. Entire festivals were held to celebrate the splendor of the double fruit. Ah, yes, of course. So now I have a thing in the bottom left of my screen. Don't know what it means or what to do with it, but I guess we'll find out. I believe it's over here. I can do a parkour thing. Yeah, but how do I... Am I supposed to be able to jump that gap? Okay. Every time I've done that, I've been able to jump on top of a wall. I'm not able to get it from this side. But I bet there's another... There's got to be another thing over here, surely. It felt like this was such a larger part of the map, but maybe not. Yeah. Oh! Never mind. Here we go. Bingo. Refusing to relinquish its truth. I wonder what the idea is for the game mechanic here. I'm still trying to figure it out. Because, like, it goes night time or whatever. I'm not going to be able to jump back up this, am I? Whoa! Yes! Okay, okay. You can, like, do a little double jump thing. The movement in this game is so clunky. It's weird. But it's kind of satisfying, though. Here we go. You found Nemethi Atalakana's grasp, an odd gauntlet of carefully crafted hinges and gears, as if it were to replace a lost hand. -5 humanity. Very nice. That's very Dark Souls as well. Whatever that word is, received special attention from the cast Lunarisons in exchange for his vow of celibacy, a cold phantom of his severed glory. He grew increasingly distant, drowning in rumination of what could be and could have been. Awesome. How on God's green earth do you expect me to do that? Okay, so now it says I have 6 of whatever that is on the bottom right corner. Is this game ever going to explain itself? Or am I just going to have to... I can't make a video out of this. If it's all just dribblings, some knowledgeable dribbling... Nope. Is this a horror game? Please don't be a horror game. Oh, what? Oh, what? This is all new. And that's another thing as well. No kidding. Okay, so this is something to come back to for sure. There's much more to this game than what was first perceived, I'd say. And this is an actually good... It's a pretty smart game mechanic to do exploration this way. Finding the MacGuffin or whatever. You can be as cryptic as you want. I hope that's by design. What? What? What kind of ladder stall did I just perform right there? Why is the roof doing that? Why is the roof doing that? Why is there 700 of the bad guys? And I killed myself. Okay. Oh, I see the fox. I think that's where I have to go, maybe? Hello, Mr. Fox? This is a very large area. And there's like a... There's a health bar at the top now. Mr. Fox. Evening. This is a dead end. Okay. I still don't know what the mechanic of night is other than more monster spawn. Okay. Alexandrite. Part 2 of 3. Whatever that means. A beautiful magenta gem highly valued for its rarity. Although gems are not a particularly rare commodity within the Pale. Mark that down. Alexandrite was most certainly the rarest. It was used as a gold standard within the Pale, where most gems were exchanged like coppers. A currency in this ridiculous world. Okay, and so every time I obtain one, my number in the bottom left goes up. So the question becomes, is there an end in sight to this? Okay, still don't know what this is about. It's all in like different language or something. I don't know what's going on there. There's no way. You've got to be kidding me. That did not just happen. What is this game? Is this like a... I feel like this is a Bitcoin miner. A Game Maker 2... A Game Maker 2 game? Overture. Well, a game maker, so that's just the name of the engine it's using. But what? Uh-oh, am I trapped here? Please don't be trapped here. I don't want to make that jump, but I have to. Okay. Bingo. Surely there's going to be a chest over here. Another door. Awesome. More to explore. This is ridiculous. I don't understand what's going on here. And there's nothing. There's something down there, but I killed myself. There is something. Okay. Alright. I see how it is. I see how it is. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. Here we go. Yes! Ow. Hello. It feels so random. It feels random, but each location is hidden in a way like the map is broken on purpose to screw with you, but every like thing you find is placed there purposefully. So there is a rhyme and reason to it all existing. That I can be for sure about. The story is as fragmented as the game design itself. I need to figure out what it wants from me, if anything. I mean, I understand the core game mechanic now, but is there an end, is what I'm trying to find. Is there still a box over here? There is. I just have to go for it. Okay. Don't know why I bounced before my jump, but we're gonna go for it. But it seems like I kind of have infinite health in this safe area here, so I'm just gonna keep going for it until I get it. How did I jump that far that time? Ugh! Yes! Okay. Every time I've done one of these, I like, yeah! Like this. So each platform has its own, like, jump height and size, because that's been consistent every time, and that's been consistent every time. You think you need to jump that way, but you need to actually jump outside the map to come over here to get this thing. So the question becomes, I swear to God. Oh, yes! Yes! And that's a higher... Don't even try that with me. Yep, and I can jump over here. Okay, new game mechanic discovered. Each, like, platform has its own different, like, jump speed and height and everything. And it... Ow! Rude. And so you have to, like... figure out what is what. So the invariability is all designed. It's perfectly designed that way. Everything that feels broken... Everything, it feels like an unfinished, terrible game until you pay attention to every, like, minute little detail, because the movement feels random, but it isn't. The world feels randomly generated, but it isn't. The monsters feel randomly generated, they aren't. Everything is in its spot, very purposefully. Which means that this story probably is the same, I just don't know how to pronounce half the words. Vestiges of betrayal. A severed tongue and ear. The murder drove him to a delirium of self-mutilation. Very Van Gogh-esque. He severed Hammond's ear. Penance Hammond. Penance for being so foolishly deceived. Then he served his own wicked tongue. Penance for the deception of the one he loved like a husband. However briefly. Don't know what that means. And now I have... Hello? What is happening? So I'm just getting infinite money now. Okay. Oh, what? If you go from the other side of the door, it teleports you to a different area. I bet this tiny little area does that specifically. Oh no, never mind. It just teleports you to the back side of that door. So is it 788 coins? I was getting 1 coin before. The music stopped and gave me 700. What am I supposed to do with that? There is nothing I can do with this. There's no... Is there a place where I can spend these coins? Alright, so there must be a platform uniquely created for me to jump on top of there somewhere. Okay. Okay. I know what I have to do. Maybe I have to... I figured it out. Melee the ground. That's what this one is. Okay, here we go. Nope, not there. Yes. Come on. Ah. Bingo. Got it. We're good. Now the question becomes, how the hell do I get back up? Just like that? Just like that? Oh! Oh my god. Oh! But I had health, so I can just teleport with the box. Good video game. It doesn't make me do the whole thing again. Most excellent. Most excellent. Another box for me. Mana Hall fragments? Remnants of a prehistoric structure. It slightly repels dark magic, or at least it used to. This is really hard to read because they inverted the text, so give me a little bit of grace. It is unknown what exactly the Mana Halls were, but history seems to suggest they once served as some sort of protective conduit. That's really hard to read. It is unclear if the Mana Halls occurred naturally or if they were conjured by intelligent life. You would think you need to jump right there, but no. There's a slight crevice, and there's like a leaf thing down there even. Oh. God. Oh. Alright, so I wonder if I'm able to do this jump. Oh, I am totally able to do that jump. Easily. Okay, go here. I'm totally able to make this jump, though. Okay, so I have, like, full control over my gravity from that jump. Every jump is different. Oh my god. So I don't even need a running start on that one. I just have to move. You can do it all for me, basically. So I'm actually being... I need to be more conservative with how I move. At least for here. Here we go. Huge. Massive. Okay. I can't move any faster than that. I have a really light keyboard, so I'm able to tap pretty quickly on this thing. And its inputs are usually pretty damn fast, but right now it is just incredibly punishing for no reason. This one's pretty rough because, like, I can't get a clear jump unless I'm right here. Like, that one, that was perfect. There was... Do I have to hold... Nope. The variance, I don't get it. Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I knew you'd be over here. Now I have to somehow make it back. Yep, I saw that one coming. But the game design is less punishing that way, and I'm able to just respawn at my door with the pail. I appreciate that. Oh, chain of the Mana Halls, so we learn more about Mana Halls. Chainmail woven from ruins of the Mana Halls. Wasn't Mana Hall a plant or like something created by intelligent design, it said? It was once very resilient to dark magics, plus for shadow resist. Hammond, we're hearing this name Hammond again. Hammond refused to relinquish the vestiges of his selfish tryst. He harvested the holy Mana Halls for their anti-magic ore, so that he would not lose his greatest love to the black steel piercing shadow magic of the Akashiks. Akashiks? Or Akashiks? Probably Akashik. Don't know what that means. Sorry. None of this makes sense. Purge dark thoughts. Right. So the more I do this, the more dark thoughts I purge. Okay, so I can go another way. Hello, man. I remember running away from you. Let's see what's over here. Nope. Get destroyed, dude. Okay. Don't you even think about it. I think if they fall, they respawn, so I have to be careful. Just keep going. The yellow ones take 4, the red ones take 2. Chuck lobster. Hey, man. This is all new. And there's, like, actual tree sprites here, too. I don't like this. Huh. I don't like this at all. Oh my god, there is an end in sight. And it's a crate. Yeah, it gets even thinner right here. Here we go. Dude. How fucking close do you want me to be to this thing? Alright, that's just... Who do you think you are, huh? I am so close to that thing. I can crouch maybe to it. Like, do this. Oh, I can't even move doing that. This means I'm at the very edge of it. That feels like bad game design. That doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right that I'm being punished for not being able to reach something that I've clearly been able to get to. The sun changing colors on my sword, I don't really understand. I don't recall this. I already got that one. Oh, I'm on top now. Surely I can... You sneaky bastard. How would you like me to obtain you? Look at that guy. Oh, wait, I could bounce there. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, look at this. That is sneaky. Oh. Bingo, got it. Bingo. You found Nicht das Schiff's plea, or however you pronounce it. A statuette depicting a queen pleading for providence behind a headless bodyguard. The chast was well known for her worship of esoterica. However misguided, she was widely adored by her subjects for her gentle demeanor. It was once considered a high honor to have your flesh blessed and devoured by her consume of chastmen. Are the developers of this game originally English speakers? Or are they utilizing some, like German maybe? Like some sort of European language perhaps? As a way of hiding the meaning of everything? Right? Like, I can't pronounce most of these words, and it's probably by design. I can't really depict the world either. The music is jarring. Everything doesn't make sense. And there's barely even like a guide of what you're supposed to do. The music's gone. If they're being hidden in just the most diabolical of places... I'm just gonna keep trying things until something works. Because now that I know that there's just an infinite amount of this like lore shit. So it says I can press E to open the door. But I think I don't think that was by design. Oh, there is a box back there. It's so jarring, the movement, and I'm dead. This game is ridiculous. There's no rhyme or Don't know how I did that, but I did it. And if I have to do it again, I'm gonna be pissed. There's nothing up here. I'm over at this area though. I'm over at the area I thought I needed to be at. This area is too big for it to be nothing. So if it needs me to... Okay. If it's phasing me through the ground, it means I'm not supposed to be up there. Oh! 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 This is new. I'm jumping over it. Shoot. This is not normal. This is the back rooms. What is happening? This is not normal. This is not okay. That wasn't there before, was it? Can I go behind this? I kind of want to go behind the door here. Okay, so now I'm behind it. Hey, little guy. What are you? Huh. Okay. I got another box, though. So I think that tiny little area is just to show you that you can go behind doors, and then you get another box because of it. I thought I was stumped, but I got another one. Here we go. Extinct specimens. Huge butterflies look like someone pinned them for display. That is certainly what that looks like. The worm dew is now available for purchase at the apothecary. Where is the apothecary? I don't know what that is. With the mana-rich ecosystem of the pale species, all sorts of constantly evolving spontaneously through mutation. Unfortunately, most of these new species die out almost immediately due to natural competition. So once again, no signs of progress other than these coins in the bottom right here that I have no idea how to use. I'm assuming they're currency for this apothecary. I have no way of knowing how to use them or where to go. There's no map, there's no hints, there's nothing. Oh, I did the thing! I got launched. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here though because there's no textures. Got it. Nothing. Awesome. Love it. You love to see it. I can go down here. Nothing as well. Awesome. You honestly love to see it. And there's no way of getting... I wonder... Nah. I'm just gonna die. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. That I was supposed to like ladder stall to get over here. I'm not reading that. Sorry. I'll read the blue text. Disgraced and shunned, I don't know how to pronounce that, offered his sword arm and testicles to the commune of Chastman in exchange for absolution. No price was too steep for him to atone, or so he believed. On that day he shed his shame and began a descent. Greaves that mark the wearer as a leper. That's a good sign. Resistant to dark magic, you found treads of pariah. +6 shadow resist. How wonderful. How excellent. I'm gonna stop the recording here and come back to it. That's the amount I could find on my own. A lot of this is stuff that I figured out just by playing the game itself. The things that I do want to talk about, there are pages online, like on itch.io, about the original game and its alpha and beta versions. Apparently, it used to be called The Seed. The game during early access, it is way more consistent with what one would call a game. It features tough combat, different controls, and puts you in random rooms with enemies. This person did not manage to beat a single enemy with how hard the combat is, so I might check that out in a second. But the big questions are, is the apothecary real? Can you enter doors where there's no ground underneath them? So, like, missing textures in places that seemingly are impossible to reach, even though it feels like there's nowhere else to go. Can you get the crate that is visible behind the wooden bars in the house near the books? That's another location that I haven't figured out either. Is there anything interesting to be found in the beta version of the game? And all of that. So, there's a couple answers that can be found here, right? It's something I did discover was it used Game Maker. I found that out by going into Task Manager, and it's showing the parent process is Game Maker and the child process is the game. In this case, the name of the game, the full released Steam version of the game, is named Overture, while the beta version is The Seed, and the one before that is I'm Sorry. This is super weird, but apparently the same tool that people use to like pull files from Undertale, you're able to discover a couple of things, including the apothecary doesn't exist. It's not real. It says that items are added to a shop somewhere and you're given a currency, but in the current state of the game, it does not exist no matter how hard you look for it, even in the game files. In the Seed version, there is a shop, but the items seemingly don't do anything, and it's incredibly hard to get to. And the gray fox, I did find the gray fox that was hidden behind one of those doors close to the original area, is supposed to be the apothecary, but isn't implemented in the current version of the game. There are 23 crates, and I'll have the number that I discovered myself personally show up right now. But apparently, the final relic can't be seen in the final game. Apparently, there's some form of text input. At some point, I didn't find this. There's some form of input that most likely has some form of dev purpose, but it isn't designed to be used by the player. The text input actually in the main game is invisible and it's seemingly broken. It's not supposed to be used. I don't know what all that is. So the current state of this game, and I think how it's aptly described, is at the very top here. This is a cool game, but it is borderline incomprehensible. And sometimes art is meant to be incomprehensible. Therefore, there's a chance the dev is not putting a lot of meaning behind it to begin with. But even in that case, the game is still super cool and fun. I think there is a meaning to the game because every action you do to obtain one of the boxes is incredibly purposeful. It isn't very well explained, and the game forces you to figure it out. Now, while the game mechanics are pretty cleverly designed and can be discovered with a couple hours of playing, the story, or whatever is trying to be conveyed, is much, much harder to understand. The language is incredibly esoteric and near incomprehensible, like this person says, but I believe it is left up to interpretation for a reason. At the time of recording this, there is no real meaning to the game. It is incredibly experimental and does things I've never done in a game before. But because the game is so experimental, things break, things aren't explained, and you are left puzzled. And I think it's great that we're along for the ride here. This is special. I haven't seen something like this really ever before. At least not in my personal experience. So I've had some help trying to interpret whatever the hell this text means. This is a combination of my own thoughts and some connecting of the dots used by Google Gemini. So I used some AI to try to help me understand some things. This is a quasi-conclusion to what I can understand the story of this game, Saccharine Pale, is. A potential central figure is this Nichtsharp. They appear to undergo a significant transformation, describing their ascension to godhood by yielding to a braided sunlight, followed by a dissemination of her cooked divinity. Don't know what that means. And a loss of innocence. And this divine act might be linked to one of the images I found called Neek the Sharp's Plea, which depicts her as a chaste queen, whatever that means. Chaste seems to be a name of a people group, potentially. So there's some form of esoteric worship of this divinity, whose commune of chastmen, they practice bizarre rituals involving flesh mutilization. Very beautiful. A recurring theme is the presence of powerful artifacts that you collect through these boxes. Mana Hall fragments, the chain of Mana Halls. They suggest an ancient civilization with anti-magic technology, and this character, Hammond, is described. Appears to be performing some form of desperate act to harvest these holy Mana Halls to protect his greatest love from shadow magic, right? And this shadow magic comes from Akashics? That's another term that we don't know. And it introduces a conflict of this ancient power and a dark force and the ability to potentially ward its effects with these magical items. And one of the images, vestiges of betrayal, reveal a gruesome tale of self-mutilization for love. So, these bizarre rituals worshipping some godlike being named Neek the Sharp, or whatever, and self-mutilization involving Hammond's story might be connected. So, and another thing to note are the terms used in Treads of Pariah. So, Nemethictus and Atakalakana, that's how I'm going to pronounce it, Atakalakana's grasp, introduce concepts of social ostracization, sacrifice, and regret, and the narrative seems to revolve transformation and sacrifice. So the images you see on the Steam page might actually be a bigger hint of what's going on now knowing some of the lore within the game. So the advertisements talk about this sort of meta story of a cyclical existence, and they mention things like forgiveness and the pursuit of a fragmented whole. So Neek the Sharp's transformation and the sacrifice of Hammond and the mutilization of these esoteric worship practices are all this concept of stages within a larger cycle, seeking perfection while enduring dread. The statement "you are forgiven" is a hopeful statement and offers resolution. That's why the term absolution is used within this story, suggesting that this player's journey involves confronting harsh realities, ultimately leading to this absolution, and it's a continuous cycle of new beginnings rather than a definitive end. So when I was complaining in the game saying, where does this end? I don't understand. What the hell's going on? I want to know what happens. This is the finished game. Maybe there's going to be more added to it in the future, but it sounds like it's designed to not have an end. But these hints of two halves of a whole and the collecting of fragmented parts to make a whole may be involving these collecting of these chests, and if you collect them all, you create the whole story. And perhaps creating the whole story provides this understanding of existence, perhaps. And this theory is given more proof when you reread some of the things that I've already shown you. It shows that there are 23 collectible chests and one final chest. That's what's shown from the guy who investigated the actual game files. There's 23 plus 1, 24. And the image you can see on the Steam page shows the number 24 in Roman numerals with the words "you are forgiven." This shows that collecting all 24 completes this whole, this circle. But collecting all 24 in the current state of the game is impossible. And that's about as much understanding I could possibly provide to the scenario. I talked multiple times throughout the video about everything having a purpose within the game. As fragmented and broken as the game mechanics and game design are, every part of it has a purpose, and so does this story. This game is trying to convey an emotion more than it is trying to tell a direct story, and utilizing fake language and absurd visuals is this creator's way of portraying it. So I hope in the future we can learn more about this game, and maybe perhaps we can even get in contact with the creators to see what happens. But until next time, my friends.